My name is Molly and welcome to this yin yoga for the spine, chest and shoulders. Coming into our seal, so on your belly, feet hip width or a little wider. Elbows under the shoulders, and then take your hands to a diagonal here, palms on the ground. Press into the palms, extend the arms nice and long. Pressing the pubic bone into the ground here. And then just starting to notice your posture here. Scanning the body from head to toe. Notice that opening across the chest and the front of the shoulder. The lengthening of the spine. Maybe noticing the effort needed to keep yourself upright here. And if you've not done so, just closing the eyes. Allowing the focus to be on the breath. Allowing it to ground you here. Notice if the mind has started to wander. Take it back to the breath. Anchor yourself here and now. Slowly beginning to exit seal. Just making your way all the way down to your belly. Stacking the hands under the forehead for crocodile. Give those hips a nice little shake side to side. Release the lower back. Let's just take a moment to move the spine in the opposite direction. So coming into your child's pose, pushing onto hands and knees, sinking the hips all the way back to the heels, arms coming out in front as we bow the head and chest toward the ground. From here, we're phoning our bow tie, so making your way back onto your belly. Again, feet hip width or a little wider. We're going to cross one arm underneath the other, stacking the other arm on top here, reaching towards the opposite side, making a bit of an X shape with our arms. And then we can drop the chin towards the chest. Really let the head feel heavy. Trying to let those palms face up. But you can relax the hands You might start to notice that sensation in the upper back, between the shoulder blades here, maybe into the side and the front of the shoulders, maybe in the lower back. We're not here for very long as this is a smaller joint, but remember you can always exit the posture before the suggested timings. There's no set rules here. Beginning to unravel the arms. Maybe just bringing the arms down alongside you and bringing one of your ears to the ground. Again, maybe taking a nice wiggle of the hips or a windshield wiper of the feet. And we're going to switch over the arms now. So whichever arm was on top, let's thread it underneath the other. Stacking that other arm on top, reaching the fingers towards the sides of the room. Dropping the head down, relaxing the shoulders. And you might be very aware of the differences in range of motion or sensation on this side of the body compared to the other. Just allow yourself to notice those here without judgment, having simple awareness. And then guiding the mind back towards the breath. Allow this sense of presence once more here on the mat. And gently releasing your bow tie. Again, just bringing the arms down alongside you, Bring the opposite ear down to the ground just so you're even. Maybe finding that side to side shake of the hips or windshield wiper of the legs. And we are staying on our belly for broken wing next. So just bringing one of your arms out to the side into that T shape. So hand in line with the shoulder, palm down. Other hand is next to your chest and you're going to roll yourself onto the same side as that long arm. Your bottom leg is long and you're going to step that top foot behind the bottom leg, planting it on the ground. A nice bent knee. The hand that was helping roll you over, you can just relax it down. Or as I've done here, I've just tucked that hand behind my lower back to allow an even more opening through the front of the shoulder. Let the head feel heavy, your ear relaxing on the ground or a block. And then just start to notice that opening through the front of the body here, the shoulder and the chest, that rotation through the spine and gentle opening of the hip. There is a lot going on here in your broken wing. So just take a moment to really notice those sensations. Releasing your broken wing here. Taking a moment in your rebound. Again, just bring the arms alongside the body, bringing the opposite ear to the ground. Any movement or stillness that feels good here, go ahead and explore that before we switch to the other side. And then when you're ready, that opposite arm is coming into your T shape, palm down. Use the other hand to help push yourself onto that side of the body of the long arm. Bottom leg straight, plant the top foot behind you, relaxing the ear on the ground or a block. You might find you need a block in this direction and you didn't in the other. Totally normal. Just work with how your body is showing up today. And then allowing your body to find stillness. Coming out of your broken wing, coming to your belly, bring the opposite ear to the ground. Take what you need here. And we're finding our melting heart. So pushing yourself to hands and knees. Knees directly under the hips. Don't shift your weight backward or forward here. It completely changes the pose. So knees over hips, we walk the hands towards the front of the mat, bowing the head and chest towards the ground or a block. You can take your arms mat's width if you feel it's quite tight in the shoulders. Maybe bending through the elbows as you send your hands into the center of the mat, making a little bit of a roof of a house here. Double checking those hips haven't shifted from over the knees. And this is a very deep chest and shoulder opener. Very deep forward fold. I recommend deepening your breath. Remember, the deeper the breath, the more the mind and body can really relax here. Perhaps you could breathe into that space between your shoulder blades, expanding the upper back, deepening that sensation. Maybe your exhales bring the chest closer towards the ground. Gently pressing into hands and elbows, just bringing yourself back into that tabletop. And let's find a child's pose, knees together, hips back towards the heels, bowing head and chest toward the ground. Maybe the arms come alongside the body this time into that closed child's pose. Perhaps finding a gentle rock side to side. Rolling up through the spine. Let's interlace the hands behind the lower back as we push them away. And let's just make our way onto our back here as we come into a reclined twist variation. We're going to interlace the hands and bring them behind the head. And we're going to take those knees all the way over to the side here. We want to make sure both shoulders are completely anchored on the mat. If that means your knees don't touch the ground, you may be able to get the toes down, or you can prop any of your blocks or cushions underneath your knees to support you here. And whenever we come into a rotation, a twist, we want to just check in with the breath. Sometimes these postures can restrict our breathing. So if you check in and find you've lost the smooth and steady rhythm of the breath, maybe just back out of the pose slightly so we can allow that nice smooth and steady rhythm to return. Let's gently bring those knees through center. Maybe unlace the hands from behind the head for a moment, just to give those knees a bit of a hug. Maybe a little rock side to side on the lower back. And then when you're ready, we can find the other side. So interlace those hands behind the head. Could you interlace them the funky way? And then taking the knees all the way over to the other side. Let's check in, make sure those shoulders are grounded. You're not letting the opposite shoulder come off the mat. Using those props under the legs if you need to here. Or you may find you needed them one side and don't the other. Working with how the body is showing up in this moment. Maybe noticing if there's a thought or feeling that's not serving you in this moment. Maybe you could release and let go just that 1% more, allowing it to come out with the exhale. Let's bring those knees through center and take the hands out from behind the head. Maybe giving a hug of those knees and finding that gentle rock. You might even want to bring the forehead all the way up to the knees, make yourself into a little ball. And then when you're ready, coming into your corpse pose, your Shavasana, nice long legs, let the arms come off to the side, palms facing up, eyes closed, and just noticing how the mind, body and breath feel now compared to when you first stepped on the mat, and allowing yourself these last few moments of stillness. You can stay here for as long as you need. Thank you for joining me in this yin practice today, and I hope to see you soon.